What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video for you guys. So we're gonna get into the video. You guys see the title. Make sure you chime in the comments. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this one. Let me know what you think. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
Dating is exhausting and people like to waste your time. Been left at a bar before after being dragged around to 4 bars.
But Lola, you let somebody drag you around the 4 bars?
I didn't know he was going to leave though. It wasn't a bad, awkward date. We went from this bar to that bar. Of course he paid for everything. And then like at the last bar, like, just disappeared. I had to text him and I was like, hey, did you leave? He was like, yeah, be blessed. And I was like, oh.
He said, yeah, be blessed. You know, I just think in a lot of these stories, stuff is being left out. And then also, even if somebody is paying for it, they're taking you this place, that place, and the third, and that's not what you want to do. You have to speak up. You have to say something. And I think a lot of times these women put themselves in these situations just to have something to complain about. You make the decision, you know, and I find very often that a lot of women like to talk about they make the choice and it's their choice and they could choose this and do this, but y'all don't choose when it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to be drug around from bar to bar, then you have the power to say, you know what, it's okay, nice meeting you, I don't want to go to these different bars or whatever, I'll just tap out right here and move on. But this is why I think a lot of people just want to complain about something, you know, or it's somebody that you liked and so you did that because you liked them and then they really didn't like you. Stuff is always left out of these conversations, in my opinion, just my opinion. But let's continue.
And at that last bar,
No.
did you guys were just sitting there looking at each other drinking and he just walked out?
I mean, the music was kind of loud in that bar, so we were actually standing up in the back. Nothing really happened at all. It wasn't no argument. It wasn't no, why would he drag me around to like 3 bars?
If you guys were in that 4th bar, you made it to the 4th bar, y'all vibing, y'all dancing, y'all have a drink. He just walks away. Nothing happens.
He turned around and he hit it.
She didn't know what to say, girl. You know, in that case, he probably just wasn't interested in her. He probably just didn't like her. He probably just didn't like you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was one of those situations where he just wasn't really that into you and he realized maybe it's something you said, maybe it's something he looked at you real good, or maybe it was something, you know, that's what I'm gonna leave it to. But because it just doesn't seem to make sense that somebody would take you to all these different bars and then just ghost you. You know, it just doesn't make sense, other than the fact that he probably just realized that he just probably not into you and probably didn't know how to say it, or so he just left and then told her to be blessed, child. Baby, you can't make it up. Let's continue.
People don't know how to take you out on a date. One time I was, oh God, like it's crazy. One time I ran into a guy that didn't know how to date. He wasn't waiting on me to get drinks or anything like that. Like, he didn't know how to date. And I was like, dang, I done found this out on a date.
She's saying he didn't know how to get drink. Maybe he didn't know how to be a gentleman. You know, I think a lot of these women got to stop looking for that. Because, you know, we already said chivalry is dead because women killed it. He might be expecting these independent women to get their own drinks and do stuff for themselves, because that's how women lead. And a lot of women make it bad for other women who still believe in chivalry and those things, because a lot of these men are responding to what they see on social media and in real life. So maybe it's just one of those things where women got to stop looking for chivalry and for men to be gentlemen, because men are responding to women saying, I don't need a man to do this for me and I'll do that. So they may be looking for you to do it yourself. I don't know if that sounds like he don't know how to date or he's just looking for you to be independent. Let's continue.
I don't know.
What you mean?
No, I'm lost on the story. I don't know, Lola. I don't know.
Or I think I'm going to quit because I just think maybe you're just better off single.
Lower class people carry Michael Kors. You can probably buy that at Marshall's for $40. Rarely do you see the rich housewife or the bougie housewife carrying Michael Kors.
Now she says woman claims only lower class people wear Michael Kors. Oh yeah, this is Sprinkle lady I was talking about. Here we go.
Either have Louis Vuitton, Kate Spade, Tory Burch, Henry Bendel, Longchamp, stuff like that. They don't carry the Michael Kors purse. Like my niece carries Michael Kors in high school. It's kind of like that. It just depends on where you live. And if you're trying to date up, and certain brands are really good in your area, but they're low in another area, you've got to also consider that. So if you're going shopping on the nice side of town, if you're going to the gym on the nice side of town, look at the lady's purse when she leaves the gym. Look at all of that, because it's not going to match up to what is balling on your side of town. It's totally different. Like on your side of town, certain things are balling. On the other side of town is trash. That's all.
Now, first off, who talks like that? I'm pretty sure this lady is over 40, right? Who talks about what's balling on the other side of town? That sounds childish to me. But see, this is why I say you have to be very cautious about, when it comes to who you listen to and who you let influence you, because people just say anything these days. There are rich people who don't wear name brands. There are no rich women and rich men who could care less about designer. They buy what's comfortable. And sometimes I may think, in my personal opinion or personal preference, that what they buy may not be the cutest, but sometimes the things that they prefer are the ugliest, and it's not the name brands that she's talking about, but it's comfortable and they like it and they spend a lot of money on it. And then there are times when they buy things that are decent looking and don't cost a lot of money, but it's not a name brand. I said this before, and I think young people do not listen to this. This is the problem we're having now. We have young people who are coming up in this society thinking that they need to have designer this, designer that to fit in this mold of what somebody else thinks and feels and believe they should have. And it is literally putting pressure on these young people to measure up to some invisible person. I think it's insane to put this type of rhetoric out here, understanding, look at the times that we're in, where inflation is high, prices are high, things are expensive, people are struggling to pay just regular bills and struggling to have the regular necessities in life. And you're out here talking about, what purses you need to have, $1,000 purses that people should have. Go on this side of the track and see what these people who can afford it are wearing, and that's what you should. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard from a grown person to be putting that out there. That doesn't make any sense. And I already think that it's ridiculous that you would spend thousands of dollars on a handbag. It's just insane to me. I don't care how much money you have. It's not about the fact whether you have the money or not. It's whether you should be spending your money on these things that don't really matter. Now, we all have things that we may have spent a little bit money on, or things that we like, and we like nice things. There's nothing wrong with that. But nice things doesn't always mean that you have to spend an arm and a leg for it. And you should feel free to buy and purchase what you like. It shouldn't be a matter of the name on it and what half of the housewives are broke. A lot of them are putting those bags on lease and layaway, fancy layaways, and buying it to show and then taking it back because they can't afford it. If you really knew what was really going on behind the scenes and how these people are struggling to keep this superficial lifestyle up, you wouldn't want it. I think it's irresponsible to put pressure on people to go out and think that they have to afford these expensive things that don't matter, as opposed to teaching young people or teaching people in general how to invest their money, how to save their money, what they should be spending their money on, things that really matter to prepare them for life and their future. Because these bags and all of this stuff don't really mean jack-ish. So I just think from grown women, grown people pushing this, it's just a little irresponsible and insane to me. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, but let's continue.
All I'm saying. So if you're on your side of town, fine, keep it. But when you go to the nice areas, don't carry that stuff. And don't carry fake bags either, because they can tell, because they got the real one. Coach, class, or ratchet. Coach.
And let me tell you a little tidbit. There are a lot of celebrities who wear fake bags and wear fake jewelry and all of it, just so you'll know. There are a lot of celebrities because they want to keep their money. They're not stupid, and they know that this is what, the people who don't have money are aspiring to have these things. And a lot of celebrities wear fake jewelry. I don't know if y'all saw that video of Tyrese telling you he got that diamond chain from Amazon. Let's get with it and stay with it. But for us, people tell us, you should be doing this and you should be wearing this and all of this. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever, child. But it is what it is. Let's continue.
Coach can go either way. Try to get the leather and not all the logo. I still rather have Tory Burch. You want a real classy? Go Tory Burch. It costs more than Michael Kors and Coach.
Wait, this says, remember when Lizzo almost flipped Cardi B's golf cart? Child, what is this? So that's Lizzo back here. The whole damn cart almost flipped over.
I think that men in general should have the right to test a child when it's born.
Or before.
Before is different, because before, that means you are violating, well, not violating, but like it requires the mother's consent because you have to take blood from her body. But I think after the baby is here, I do think that it should be a law. And personally, I guess, right now it's states' rights, you know, so if your state doesn't have like an opportunity for you for a woman to have an abortion, then that means that they should provide for a father to have a blood test when the child is here.
You know,
to establish paternity.
Listen, yeah, of course. At this point, it needs to happen because there's been so much paternity fraud, and you know, I think it's ridiculous, and I think a lot of men have had to go through that and had to realize that they were raising kids that were not theirs, but they believed the children to be theirs because the woman lied about it, went out and had a baby with somebody else and put the baby on him. So I think mandatory DNA testing should be a thing, most certainly. So listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments of this video. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.